I was going to shoot this yesterday, but yesterday I was going to shoot this today. I was going to shoot this tomorrow. Welcome to Lincoln Harbor. I really don't know what to expect from going into the city. It's so much more peaceful and serene on this side of the Hudson, but I'm going straight in to have a full day in New York to find out what it's like post-pandemic. There's still masks being worn here. It's so weird coming from Virginia where there was not anything of that to be seen, whereas here, just 5 hours north, it's a completely different attitude. But, you know, this is more closer to home, and it really does feel that way as far as how everyone's sort of interacting and everything. But I'm just excited to get back into the city. It's been a long time. I don't know where this adventure is going to take me. I'll probably hit that side of Manhattan, the 49th Street, at around just after 11:30, and then we'll do our full adventure. Ferry's going to be here in a short time. I keep feeling like there's dogs behind me because, as you can see, this path that I just ran is frequent with a lot of walkers and runners and dog walkers. Anyhow, we're off to New York. The first time in 3 years. No, it's been more than that. It's been 5 years. 5 years, close to, that I have been back. I have not been in this city. I'm tripping over my words. I'm excited. I'm relatively well slept. Enough about me, New York City.
Thank you.
It's straight across the water, and we're in Manhattan, 39th Street. As you can see, the weather isn't so great, so we're gonna delay my trip to Coney Island, which is gonna be a second vlog, in the hopes that the weather, as predicted, noisy already, will get better once we get down to that side of Brooklyn. at Coney Island. I have to say I was well impressed. I paid for it, but it was great. Now we're going back in. I just had a great conversation actually with the Starbucks the lady that helped me with the Starbucks and how ridiculous it is that people think it's not safe here in New York. It's no different than it has been. So if you're looking for trouble, you'll find it. I'd say the subways in any city are always going to be a not so safe place. And those are the only areas that I've noticed that, it's a little bit scary in certain ways if you're scared of things like that. But just don't take the subways if that's the case, and you'll be absolutely fine. I say that now, but we're going back to Manhattan, so we'll see how things are. So far, Manhattan's been great. Haven't had any issues, but here's hoping that stays the course. A long time ago, I shot a film here, an actual film, but that was a long time ago. But I'll intercut a little bit of that in a second. Well, Washington Square Park, it's full of, what you would expect. It looks very empty in here right now, but it's actually full of people, full of life, full of art, full of scams, full of whatever you want, whatever you're looking for. But definitely not without character, as it always has been. It seems pretty safe to me. So I'm going to end that theme about safety and just let you enjoy New York for what it is moving forward from this point on. I'm going to spend more of the day here tomorrow, because today it's getting on to 7 o'clock and I have a show at the Village Underground. Hopefully that I'll get into at the Comedy Cellar. If not, I'll talk to one of the people out on the street to go into a free comedy show. With my not drinking in New York, it's difficult to find things to do. Very much so. But anyway, had a great sushi meal. I'm going to go and do that show, hopefully. Looks like pretty good that I'll get in. And then I'll move on to another day here, a much bigger day here in Manhattan. Greatest of exteriors for my choice of restaurant here, Marumi. We're in Greenwich Village, and I've taken the advice that I originally said I was going to follow, and being a suburban kid from Toronto, limited culinary choices, you tend to be like, okay, I'm gonna find a British pub. I'm going to find a British pub with I work in a British pub. I don't really think that's what I wanted to eat. So some people were going in Marumi there. Didn't look too busy, but the people that were going in there certainly looked like they knew what they wanted to, or they knew their food. That was probably the best sushi I've had outside of Japan
In fact, I don't believe I did have any proper sushi in Japan, so that was probably the best sushi that I've had. It wasn't cheap, but at the same time, everybody was super nice. All the chefs and the staff say thank you as you're headed out. What else do you really want from hospitality? I'm not really sure. Also, being here in Greenwich, it doesn't feel so unusual actually filming, because everyone here is kind of like shooting promos for their shows and stuff. There's a big show that I want to get into that hopefully I will. So we'll see you hopefully in that in a bit. We're walking around the same corner I just did a second ago because I didn't actually take any coverage of what is Bleecker Street and McDougal. You want to be a tourist? Well, here you are, here on First Drop, being a tourist and going to one of the most frequented tourist spots when New York is busy with tourism, which unfortunately right now it's not, as things kind of get just back up to speed here. But as you can see, all these pubs in the rock section. In a former life, I spent an interesting night here. But now I'm not, unfortunately, able to enjoy as much.
Oh no, this is their line. You know, their line. Like line.
Just trying to be respectful and not get too many people on the camera while we do this. There's a lot of reconstruction going on. We are on Bleecker currently. You can hear the colorful personalities. I was kind of lost for 25 minutes ago. I was like, what am I going to do before my show? Now here I am catching up. This is not Bleecker. Bodega. Leather. Head shop. There's been no shortage of the smell of cannabis in Washington Square Park. McDougal. This is the main drag. There's lots of construction, lots of beds. Lots of evictions or something. Food. Say that you're on this side of the street. You're not going to get hit by the comedy club paper people. As the Comedy Sellers standby line.
Oh my god!
It's twice as big as it was when I passed a second ago, which is probably a good sign. Comedy Sellers just here. All these street front patio constructions, you can't really make out much. You can't see the classic sign, but we'll go by there later. Check it out. So we're going to the VU, which is just around this corner. This corner's been recorded tons of times.
Practice inside is locked up.
Live comedy show available. Sorry it's not that picturesque, but I think that the pandemic has given them the opportunity to reconstruct a lot of things around here. All right, well, it looks like we're gonna get into the show, which is really exciting because I'm a big fan. And also, there's like, just so for context sake, you know what's going on. It is Ari Shaffir's storytelling, or renamed storytelling show, which used to be a show that he had on Comedy Central. So special guests will be appearing at the show tonight. Obviously can't shoot it, so I'm going to give you a recap of that after the show happens. But yeah, looks like we're getting in, which is awesome, because this is like the biggest of the comedy shows that I had noticed were on schedule here in the comedy heartbed of really the country, I'd say. You don't have anywhere else where there's like so many shows packed in. I'm gonna go for another walk down McDougal. Exciting! So there you go, just hang out the right time, and I met Ari Shaffir even before the show started. I did meet Dave Attell, or at least like got a picture with him on this same street, as the comedians do generally hang out here after or before their shows. And if you know who you're looking for, you might spy one. He was really hard to not spy, especially with that loud jacket that he had on, but I'll put the picture in so that way you know what I'm talking about, because I didn't record that. I'm being respectful. I wanted to kind of just get the shot and move on. Man's got a show to prepare for. Also just trying to get out of the way of this crazy restaurant area. I'm gonna go into one of the bars, like the Red Lion or something, because yeah, I need to just enjoy a fake beer. I was tempted whether or not to break my streak when I got to New York, but I don't think it's happening yet. But again, I'll join you after the show. I might do 2 shows tonight, I don't know. Might see some underground comics here, as there are some late shows they could probably check out. Probably not another Cellar show, because they tend to be a little pricier, and you know, the lineups aren't that great today, only because they're all at Ari's show tonight.
Speaking of hobby,
Massive lineup. Maybe they heard that Louis C.K. was in there and they are trying to get another show from him, but that was mental. Yeah, Joe DeRosa, Louis C.K., Ari Shaffir, Sean Patton. I think I'm forgetting someone I'm gonna really feel bad about now. Joe DeRosa, Louis C.K., Robert Kelly. There it is, Sean Patton. Robert Kelly's like an institution here, so I apologize for getting him. But we're gonna go to another show now, hopefully. I'm a little bit late, but we're gonna try. All right, well, that is the night done. 2 comedy shows. A kind of anticlimactic again, because, you know, I did some, you know, up-and-coming comics as part of the second show there. And some of them ate part of my French shit, as it's called. Or they were just bombing. Yeah, there was a couple that weren't so good. A couple that were all right, but a lot that were not. But I definitely enjoyed the night overall. But when you're following someone like 4 of the best comedians in New York, one that's like one of greatest of all time, what can you expect, eh? All right, so we're out of here. Night 1 done. Just made a joke about the A train killer, and I'm about to take the A train. Well, I didn't make that joke, but someone on stage did. Here we go. A train, baby.
And I was like, wait a minute, you did that? Yeah, right here. I was like, you put in the instrument.
A day one wrap up here in New York City, Manhattan. Fantastic view from this side. We're in Lincoln Harbor again, where I started this first day. Subway, well, I wasn't going to record there to draw any attention. It wasn't really that bad. I think that really, having traveled many places around the world, when it comes down to people that are afraid of coming to a place like this because of what they hear, it's always what they hear that prevents them from traveling. I walked down 8th Avenue, having got off at the wrong subway stop. And, you know, the city is vibrant and loud and full of colorful characters and people, as it should be. And that's probably why I travel to places like this anyway. Well, that's probably why anybody comes to New York City, to get away from that. All right, I'm back at the hotel here. I'm gonna go inside. We'll see you tomorrow. Expensive as it may be, at almost 3 times as much as the New Jersey Transit bus headed through the Lincoln Tunnel from where I'm staying on the other side of the shore there. It is $9 for the ferry, but when you come out of the hotel and the ferry's there, you know, you might as well take it, because it is the most convenient way to get across the Hudson River. And yeah, I don't really regret that decision, especially after taking the bus last night and just the general throat clearing incessantly from many passengers and other sort of non-salubrious activities that you get to enjoy while being on a bus. Maybe I'll document that tonight, because I certainly will be taking that bus back across the Hudson River again tonight. Because this service unfortunately ends around 9:30. Yeah, so you don't really have any other choice to get across the river. I'm not sure if you can walk it. I'm not sure it's recommended. It'd be quite the walk, over 3 kilometers on that side. So that is the transit system if you're staying on this side, or if you're staying in Jersey while visiting New York. Here we are. I got my stuff. I wanted to get a bagel. That was the main thing. Can't really come to New York without a bagel. But I got one. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go mash this down, and then I'm gonna go into this here war museum that I said I wasn't gonna do. Pardon my throat. I still haven't had a coffee. Dangerous times. I'm gonna do that after this museum and wander around a bit. I've never been here before, so I figure I might as well check it out. That'll probably be a separate vlog. Stay tuned. It might not be, depending on how the experience goes. All right, the Intrepid Museum. So we're gonna do a full circle tour now, where we're gonna start in one point and end this day at the same point later on this evening. It's a dreaded point. I've never enjoyed any visit there, but we have to do it. So stay tuned for where that could possibly be. You probably can guess if you can sense my tone.
They call the place I came from Hell's Kitchen, but really the true Hell's Kitchen is Times Square, New York. But where I am now, obviously, is such an iconic place. It's actually a lot more manageable than in previous times. We're here, and we're gonna end the vlog here too, so enjoy my frustrations as I now get out of here, go straight up Broadway towards Central Park, and then make my way across to Harlem as well. Enjoy Times Square. Just like that, we're out of Manhattan and here at Citi Field. First time I've ever been in Queens. So what else do you do when you're in Queens? Well, two things. And the first thing is go to a Mets game. And the Mets win it! Alright, well, that's a quote from my past, at least in television. Sports television, that is. Excited to go see this stadium, actually. I wish I had gone to Shea before it was gone. But that is a long time ago and probably dates me somewhat. It drives me crazy when they have lampposts right in the front of the sight lines of a great statue.
Can you take a picture of me with this?
Welcome to the Big Apple. It's actually a pretty big game that I've come to with the defending World Series champions between the Mets that are, I believe, 16-8 currently. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good game. I haven't got a ticket, but you know, it is 3:10 in the afternoon start time, so I'm presuming that I'll be able to get one. Yeah, baseball games tend to be a long time too, so it should be a cracking affair. I'm going to go on the opposite side of the subway just behind me that I got out and check out Flushing Meadows after this, which will probably be another entire vlog, as it is a former expo ground that I've long wanted to visit. Alright, so I got my ticket to get in here. Well, that's not the actual ticket. It's the other way around. Not that it matters, but that's it there. I went for a nosebleed seat, $10 to get a seat in this stadium. So unlike the Yankees game that I went to a couple of years back, even though that was a Boston Red Sox game versus the Yankees, obviously. Yeah, it was much more pricier than this. Considering that this is against the World Series champions, not a bad price at all. So we're gonna go inside, check things out. Also, just a word to the wise that if you're coming here with a bigger camera or anything like that, you probably should leave that in the very spacious parking lot that you have behind us in your car. I don't have a car here, so I was just making sure that I could actually get in with the camera that I have. Hopefully there'll be no issues, but I was already told by the very, very nice and friendly Maria from Italy, actually, that she's like, oh, just put it in your pocket, no big deal. So yeah, it's just that New Yorker kind of welcome that I've been getting is extended all the way here to Queens. So excited to be here. Gonna go inside, check things out, and get a seat. I'm probably gonna eat as well inside the stadium since it's about that time for me to have something to eat as well. Yeah, so probably a hot dog, maybe a Nathan's. We'll see. I'll give you a review of that later on. Okay, we're on our way up here. There was some very posh elevators that we were waiting for, but the attendants here are very good at getting everyone into the stadium. We're actually here on time, which is a rarity. Of course, I skipped my... Let's see how far we are from Manhattan. Mets fans don't mess around. They want to get in there. We're on our way up. The anthem hasn't even started yet, so we're here just in time for the Excelsior level, which is not a level we want. We gotta go up further. There we are. 400 and 500 level. Baseball this year, and never a better place to start than in a new field. Here we are, Citi Field. So yeah, have I been to an NL game before? I don't even know. I'm pretty sure I haven't been to an NL game. That's National League, in case you're not too familiar with baseball. We have this great sort of food area that I'm going to be visiting in a moment to get some grub before the game. Near LaGuardia, so you can't hear anything right now. You can just hear music and the planes overhead. There you go. just came over here to get the sightline from the 400N section because, as you can see, the signage, the end is behind me. And no sooner that I did that, the Braves just scored a home run for the first home run of the game, 3-run home run. Game is now 5-4. Also, it was a $5 coffee / hot chocolate, but they did mix it up for me, which is really nice. I'm gonna do a bit of a tour now. The game is getting a bit more exciting, so I might try to make that quick before heading back to my seat. Thank you. I regretfully have to head out of the stadium in the 7th inning with a very tight game at 5-4. There's still people coming to actually check out the game because I guess they just got off of work. But I gotta get on the other side of the subway here because I got another tour that I have planned. Suddenly this day that I didn't have a very busy day planned is now turning into a busy day. So yeah, great stadium. I will say the pizza that I had in there was probably the best takeout pizza possibly I've ever had in, say, a stadium. It was fantastic. It was really good. It's New York. You're gonna have to have a good pizza, and that was like sensational how good it was. It was 13 bucks for the 2 slices. Not the cheapest in the world, but really good. I also got that coffee and hot chocolate combo, which is also awesome. Now we're gonna go to the other side and do another vlog. I'm out of breath.
I get a single fireball.
So, as mentioned a second ago, as I just rushed through the station, we're on the other side now of the station in Flushing Meadows to go check out the old exposition grounds and also what is known as US Open tennis grounds as well.
I'm in too close. I'll pay a premium. That's where we want to buy it.
There's quite the many people still rushing to get to the game, even in the station there, because it was obviously a big game, close. Oh, I feel bad. I hate leaving sporting events early, but if I'm going to keep on track and keep on time with this vlog today, or just my enjoyment of New York City, I gotta get going. So here we are. We're off to our next destination. Maybe a separate vlog, I don't know. It really depends on how much I see there. I've only got about an hour to tour. I do see my destination ahead. So if not, join me for the Expo ground vlog on a separate video. Or, as I've said before, stay tuned and I might just have it as part of this.
This is an accessible station.
Travel the entire side of the city, from Queens all the way to the Lower East Side, just so I can have like 15 or 20 minutes to get a sandwich at a new establishment that I've wanted to check out due to my fandom of the proprietor, one of the most likable, hateable comics going today, who I saw for the first time last night live. So hopefully I'll be able to get a sandwich in time, because I got to go to another comedy show at Gotham in about 40 minutes from now. So we'll see.
I've actually never been to this area before. We're on Rivington Street. It's kind of like a deli corner. I've had probably too much bread today already. But it's New York. It's my last day here, so I have to make it count. I can see the sign. It's very iconic. Well, it's not iconic yet. That's a sweet car. Joey Roses. We're in. Let's see if we can get a hard 8. Let's see if we can get a sandwich in time. Yeah! We got a beefy, and we're going to actually get a little 0.0 into me. The next time I'm in town, I really do hope that I am drinking here at Joey Rose's. Changed my life. Changed my life. Oh, wait for it. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Love it. We got all this vinyl, vintage vinyl on the wall. Actually, these are movie discs. Movie discs that I have not seen since like 1983. Oh my god. I have talked about these for like, I can't even tell you how many times. That is like, that might be the whole reason to come here right now is that that's actually a pretty sweet ass shot right there. I'm gonna take a picture of that. It's pretty much exactly as I imagined it. You've got that awesome reflection in the background. If you're ever in town, you do have to come and check this place out. As I said, the proprietor is a Mr. Jonah Rosa. Probably more of a nightlife place later into the week, but they're known for their sandwiches and for their non-alcoholic beer. I hate to advertise non-alcoholic beer because that's not what the scene about is here. And there's a private room in the back as well, which we won't go into. We'll just check out more of like the amazing decorum. But they said that they put a little bit of work into this, and I thought it was actually because of the website or Instagram, I didn't really get a good sort of feel. Like my timing is good. Here I am. Woo. We're gonna get some coverage of the beefy here as well, which is their most popular sandwich, so that's why I ordered it right off the bat. The big part about this establishment is their pride in trying to create an old style Philadelphia/New York sandwich. This one's the corned beef. I'm not even going to do it justice, but we have a look at the beefy. Roast beef, provolone, sweet cherry peppers, horseradish mayo, basil, pepper, oregano. Nice and simple. And also supposedly able to eat it with one hand. It's unreal. Myself eating this whole thing, but needless to say, it's not going to take long for me to finish it. I am going to get to my place in time. Wow. It may not look that busy because it's like just after the dinner rush, but also pre the nighttime rush. It's Tuesday as well, so this place is open till 2 a.m. It's a proper bar. Needless to say, it's a bar that when I'm back on the
sauce, or even if I'm not on the sauce, I can actually come back here and have some more Heineken Zeros, enjoy my night, knowing that despite New York being the cosmopolitan and like world-leading city that it is, they still aren't on the non-alcoholic beer trend. So after I'm done at Gotham, I may just come back here to finish off my night before strolling up back to Broadway and Times Square to finish it off overall. Just because I know they have non-alcoholic beer. I may have to do a vlog just about that while I'm in a bar. I'm announcing that. It doesn't make much sense, but the reason why I'm on non-alcoholic beer is because bars. So, and bars just like this, a dive bar. I'm spending too much time talking. We have the Joey Rose's Rose Room as well. Absolutely beautiful. The decked private area. On to our next destination. Well, that was just about perfect timing. I got about 17 minutes to get to the club, but I'm pretty sure that I'll get there in time. I'm gonna make sure I got my phone on me though. It's always a good thing to know. Yes, yes, got a phone, yes. Got to cross the street, yes. Got an exotic convenience, yes. Exotic convenience. Well, I knew it would be a whirlwind tour. Now I'm in Chelsea, and I'm off to Gotham Comedy Club for my third comedy show in 2 nights. Who knows is in this show? It's actually not even posted or listed. It costs a little bit more than other comedy club shows, but I've never been to this club before, which is the reason why I made the commitment to come. I certainly don't sound like a comedian, do I? But at the same token, you get to see New York in all its glory. I'm running like 4 minutes late, so I gotta run. But we're here. Can't record inside, I gotta put all my stuff away, so I'll see you on the way out. Show is starting. It's like in Living Color Hall of Fame in there. The best. Doing a walk on 7th Ave after Gotham. Say it was a 4-comedian show. Definitely the mid-range show compared to what I had yesterday being a very poor show and a very excellent show. You definitely notice, unfortunately I had the best show to start with of the 3. So you definitely notice the difference in a quality comedian versus somebody struggling versus, I don't know. You really do. If you're going to be locking your phone up in a plastic bag of some sort for the show, it usually is a good indication you're going to get a good comedy show. And there was some not so great comedy, and there was some good comedy. I tend to be someone hard to make laugh in general, so I won't fault any of these shows for not producing what they were supposed to, other than, say, last night's underground comedy show, which was, well, other than one guy was very poor. While it's in my head, I gotta mention the fact that the baseball game that I was at actually had no more runs, so I actually left with the final score staying the same as when I left. Go Mets, 5-4. Now we're gonna make our way down to where we started this whole journey, down at the end of 7th Avenue, well, the midpoint of 7th Avenue, really. that dreaded old place that I could see just far off in the distance. It's going to be a fun one. As the overcooked sausages and sirens resonate through your lungs and ears, we come back to Times Square to conclude our New York vlog. Land of the stop and turn. Land of the misdirected tourist. Land of the beer garden right in the middle of Times Square, where once people were passed out on the ground. And maybe they will be later on today. Synthetic land of pleasures and West End shows. Land of poor photo making decisions. Of the naked cowgirl. She's not a girl though. She's more like a naked cow senior woman. Yeah, we'll try to avoid getting a shot of her. I do happen to see her again. I managed to avoid it earlier. Welcome to the madness. I don't know how long it's been, or even if I've ever been to Times Square properly at night. Every time that I come here during the day, I'm like, ugh, I'd hate to come here at night. Here I am. I'm also not sure why people still come here, because there's not much to do in the square itself other than to watch even lower rate entertainment than, say, at that bad comedy show that I went to last night. But we'll get a taste of that. No better way to end our New York vlog than to get some free public entertainment on the street.
That was
this place right now is something that I can handle. It's Eid. There's a lot of class trips and stuff down here. It definitely feels a lot more local than it normally does, which is always what I'm looking for wherever I go, rather than just being purely a tourist trap, which it always will be. But it's actually not so bad. I can walk around. I walked all the way up 7th Avenue here without any issue. Times Square is always going to be a crazy place, but this might be the Times Square that I could get used to. I've seen this ring light situation. Impressive lighting. I will wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me on this crazy New York trip. I don't think this will be the last time I'll be in New York this year for sure. There's just so much to do in this city, it's overwhelming. Even on a day like today where I had nothing planned, it ended up being a completely full event, full of things I've never done before, some surprises, and really the whole point of this as well is how no different than at home did it feel as far as how safe it was. I have to re-emphasize from an earlier part of the vlog that for those people that are too afraid to come to a city like this right now, are only just generally going to be feared or fearful of anything and find excuses for why they can't do things like enjoy an atmosphere in a crazy city like New York is. If you want to be in a tour bus, they are going by anyway, and you can experience that from a distance. But why would you when there's just so much energy and full of life, or things that are full of life in this city right within touching distance, sometimes a little too close then for comfort. But that's what you come here for, the full experience that is New York. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy some shots on the way out here. And if you're still watching, I'll see you tomorrow in the American Dream Mall, where I'll be doing a final vlog on my trip to the States this spring. Thanks for watching. Always enjoy.
Get older, I'll take you here.
People know what they're about to be subjected to, nor do we at the same time.
Stop the show. Alright, it's time for the jump, guys. Let's do it. Are we done with the audience? You're still working, yes.
Man in the prison stripes is dressed up.
He's that or his first job.
It looks like he might have been one of those comedy shows I was at.
On number 20, make some noise for Salt Lake City!
Make a lot of noise.
Salt Lake is a house. They wasn't going down without a fight. Hey guys, they say a little bit of business. We're going to count the money and count you guys, and it better add up. Now listen up, listen up. There's one problem. Everybody donated except for you guys. And the thing is, we only care about women and children. You over here. Where you from? From Canada. Now listen up. When you go back home to Canada, I want you to tell all your friends when you came to Times Square, we black guys helped you. Gave you $10. Make some noise this day! Wait, one chocolate. Put it in your pocket. It's real shit. It's real shit. You are good over here. And sweetie, You're safe. Anyway, now listen up, fellas. This is the insurance line. Yes. Safety rules are $20 will save your life and put you in the front safe with the kid. $50.
I do admire that they've kind of refranchised just simple theft into entertainment here in the square, while holding people hostage to donate money or to peddle money from them. It's an interesting take on an old custom. Very progressive Times Square is, isn't it? Very progressive.
Thank you.
Just have a couple of, well, not a couple, there's like a dozen drag queens here. And they are well more protected than anyone in Times Square, as security is tight around the queens. Anyway, I figured I'd just show you that as I was just walking by and noticed that. So you find yourself at the Port Authority station and you're like, okay, how do I get out of this city? Because I'm going to Jersey. How do I get out of here? Well, follow me and I will show you my discovery from last night. One thing I forgot to mention, however, is last night the comedian that wrapped up the show that I was at, and one of the better ones of the horror show that I saw, happened to be on the same platform as myself, waiting for the bus. So what you need to do is get yourself to a ticketing counter. I'm taking the long way for your benefit because most people would take the escalator that way. We're actually going to come back around this way in a moment. This is the south side of the Port Authority bus terminal. Walk our way through all this. When I came here last night, however, it was not as lively as this. Not that this is lively. And you're going to make your way past Duncan, past the gates. Now we're over by the 200 gates, but really these machines are everywhere. But this is the machine you want. We're gonna go English. We're gonna go New Jersey Transit bus. We're gonna go one-way adult. Now, this is where you're like, well, what the hell am I doing? I don't know my bus route. Well, I do know my bus route, but at the same time, I can choose pick by destination. And then I can type in where I'm going. Pick by destination. Hopefully it'll allow me, if I spell it right, go to Lincoln Harbor. I'm going one way tonight, and I'm buying one ticket, and I'm going to check out. I'm paying by credit card. Now, if you're Canadian like me, you're still getting used to the system here, but you can tap. gonna go no on that. And we got a ticket. Now I do know actually where my bus is going to pick me up. However, for the benefit of everyone, we're gonna go back down a level. Main ticketing counter here. This here board, if you hit that, and then you put in what I just put in, Lincoln Harbor, it will show you all the bus routes and all the gates. Fortunately, I got a couple today. Wow, hustle, I can get up there in time. 10:30, 301, 304, 301, 304, 301, 304. Well, that's what they say, let's not delay. Back where we came. I've been to a lot of bus terminals in my life. I don't know really what that says about me, but probably nothing good. That I'm just grassroots. We got 4 minutes to make that platform. We will need to hustle a bit. Pay attention to the signs. There's 2 platforms or 2 levels of departure platforms above us. We'll probably just make it. We got 3 minutes to go. We're gonna pick up some pace. .301 is the hardest one to find. Happens to be hidden on this side. 301, baby. Just in time. Just look at that behind me. I don't really have any words to say other than it's been too long since I've been back to New York, and I'm not going to be making that mistake again. There
places that I didn't even get to go to. I apologize for the wind that's picking up every time that I speak, but that is what happens when I guess you're on this side or this close to the water. What a brilliant trip, what a brilliant stay. Only 2 days, it feels like I've been here for 4. I've done so much. I didn't even get to half the things I wanted to do. I planned to go to Harlem for the first time. I wanted to go back to Union Square, which happens to be one of my favorite squares in the city. I didn't even take in any proper shows, other than a lot of comedy shows, some good, some bad. It's been quite a whirlwind journey, and it's not over yet, at least not in Jersey, as I do have another vlog coming up at American Dream and Nickelodeon Universe, which I'm looking forward to for the first time. Whew, that's a lot to take in. But thank you guys for watching. This will definitely officially wrap up this vlog. There's a much bigger project that I'm working on while I'm out here as well that as of this point has not been announced, but it's going to be a more cinematic journey through what is vlogging in places like this and around the world, as we have been for the better part of 3 years now. Actually, the anniversary of the channel just passed, and this trip being also a little bachelor getaway for me, as I will be married in less than a month's time from now. Sort of wraps up a certain part of the journey for the channel for me. That doesn't mean the channel's over. In fact, I'm hoping that the channel will only grow from this point forward as we go into different directions, into vlogs like this, and not just focus on, say, amusement parks, as it's now gotten to the point where I'm starting to run out of bucket list parks. Sadly enough, there's only a couple left. If I'm going to mention them now, that'd be Dollywood. They would be Knott's Berry Farm. It would be Silver Dollar City in there too. Six Flags Over Texas. There's a few of them. But for the most part, this channel now needs to evolve to a different point where different adventures now permeate into the First Drop universe. A lot of what you've seen in tidbits on this particular massive New York vlog. Restaurants and places that I've always wanted to visit. And other sort of oddities, things that I can do with the gracious consent of my soon-to-be partner. Wife. Alright guys, well, it's kind of odd having not been here and had a drink, but I will say that it's actually not that hard to enjoy New York without a couple of libations. I'm very glad that Joey Rose's had the non-alcoholic beer, which even though it was a Heineken, not my favorite, as we're a little bit spoiled in Canada with that right now, it looks like. Look for that trend to change in New York soon. I have a feeling that's the next thing that's going to happen, that we've set a trend with in Canada that will happen here soon too. Alright guys, I want to get into a somewhat decent light, but it doesn't matter. I wrapped this up yesterday, didn't I? And I also wrapped it up on the other side of the harbor. Thanks for watching. Always enjoy.